Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. WWE superstar Roman Reigns is currently in his tribal chief era. However, he was not as popular during his big dog run before joining the Bloodline storyline. Before his 2020 heel turn, the big dog character was designed to make Reigns the face of the company, but it failed to resonate with fans. The former WWE Universal Champion felt confined by repetitive storylines and a lack of meaningful character evolution. A stark contrast to his current Bloodline persona. Recently, in an interview with IGN, Roman Reigns reacted to a meme that stated, "If you don't love me at my big dog, then you don't deserve me at my tribal chief." Responding to it, the OTC confirmed the demise of his big dog character. He further asserted that the gimmick had been completely erased from his history. Seth Rollins took out the original tribal chief at the 2025 Royal Rumble. After both were eliminated, the Visionary delivered two vicious stomps to Roman Reigns, preventing him from competing in the upcoming Men's Elimination Chamber match. Speaking on an episode of Keepin' It 100, Disco Inferno criticized the 39-year-old star's infrequent appearances, particularly after his WrestleMania XXL loss. The WCW veteran believed the lack of Roman Reigns on WWE's weekly programming hurt the product and flattened his character. Check out the video below. WWE has announced that the head of the table will appear on the March 21st and 28th editions of SmackDown in Italy and England, respectively. It will be exciting to see what the company has in store for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 41. Especially with The Rock back in the mix. The wrestling world is one built on myths, larger-than-life characters, and shocking twists. Legends are born in the squared circle, and over time the stories surrounding these superstars become as much a part of their identity as their in-ring abilities. But when one of the biggest names in WWE history, Roman Reigns, made a revelation, it wasn't just another twist. It was an earth-shattering moment that shook the entire industry. The night of the confirmation was a cold one, the sort of night where even the brightest of lights seemed to flicker, as if the universe itself was holding its breath in anticipation. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the head of the table, the man who had dominated WWE for years, sat in the center of the squared circle, a microphone in his hand. The crowd was buzzing, not knowing what to expect. The unmistakable sound of Reigns' theme hit, and the arena erupted in cheers, but this time something felt different. Reigns walked slowly, as if aware that this moment would change everything. His usual cocky demeanor was nowhere to be found. His eyes, sharp as ever, seemed distant, filled with something else. There was a weight to his steps, something heavier than the gold he wore on his shoulders. For years, Roman Reigns had been the face of WWE, an untouchable force in the ring. But tonight, he wasn't just the champion. He was about to share a truth that had been hidden for far too long. As Reigns entered the ring, he paused for a moment, soaking in the reaction from the crowd. The cheers, the chants, they were all part of the Roman Reigns experience. But something about the atmosphere felt foreboding. The fans were unsure of what was coming next. The loud, energetic crowd began to quiet down, sensing that the announcement that was about to be made would leave a mark on WWE history forever. Roman Reigns raised the microphone to his lips. "You all have been wondering about something," he began, his deep voice echoing through the arena. "For years now, you've seen me stand tall, you've seen me conquer. But there's something I need to address. Something that, until now, I've kept buried deep within me." He paused, letting the words sink in. "I've been asked about my family. I've been asked about the Samoan dynasty. And you've all wondered about the man who came before me. The one who set the stage for everything. My father, my uncle, my brothers. But there's one question that I've never answered. One that I've avoided for years. Who was the true force behind the Reigns name?" The crowd was silent, hanging on every word. Roman took another deep breath. "Well, tonight, I'm here to tell you that it wasn't just the Samoan dynasty. It wasn't just my bloodline, it was something more. Something beyond this world. Something that, if you told me years ago, I would have laughed off. but I've seen it. I've lived it, and I'm not here to deny it anymore." The fans shifted uncomfortably, unsure of what Roman was alluding to. Was he talking about supernatural forces? Was this some kind of strange character change? The excitement in the air was palpable, but it was mixed with confusion. "It was the dead," Roman said, his voice barely above a whisper, but the power of his words sent chills down the spine of everyone in the building. "My reign, my dominance, it's not just about me. It's not just about my family's legacy. It's something that's been lying dormant in the shadows. Something that is dead now." A heavy silence took over the arena. Was Roman Reigns alluding to something supernatural? Was he declaring that the reign of the tribal chief was more than just a title? It was a symbol of something darker, something that had transcended the boundaries of life and death. The lights flickered, and for a brief moment, the atmosphere became eerie. The crowd shifted, confused yet intrigued, as Reigns stood in the center of the ring, locking eyes with the camera. His expression was steely, his grip on the microphone firm. "My family, they've been marked. Every Reigns who has stepped foot in this ring has been marked. My bloodline, my legacy, it was built on more than just human strength. It was built on something ancient, something that was meant to stay hidden." The crowd gasped. Roman wasn't talking about his title defenses, his victories, or his rise to the top. He was talking about something darker. "But tonight, I'm here to tell you that the man who made me who I am, the man who carved this legacy into existence, is no longer with us. He's dead now." The arena was in shock. Roman wasn't referring to just another WWE legend or a family member. He was talking about something that had passed beyond this mortal realm. The fans couldn't make sense of it. Was this a storyline? A metaphor? Or was there something truly supernatural at play? Roman Reigns lowered the microphone and walked to the corner of the ring. His eyes never left the camera. He seemed almost calm, as if this was the moment he had been waiting for, the moment when the truth would finally come out. He wasn't just the tribal chief, the head of the table. He was the heir to something that went beyond the physical. As the camera zoomed in on Reigns' face, the lights in the arena began to flicker again. The air seemed to grow colder, and the audience could feel it, the hair on their necks standing up, a sense of dread creeping into their bones. Reigns' expression grew more intense, and with a deliberate movement, he raised his hand and pointed to the heavens. "The Reigns name," he said, his voice now laced with a deep intensity, "was built on a pact with forces that go beyond our understanding. And now I hold the power. I carry the weight of that legacy. I have become what he was, and I am the one who controls what is dead now." Suddenly, the arena's lights dimmed completely. The temperature dropped, and the crowd murmured nervously. Was this a tease for a new chapter in Roman's character? Or was there truly something supernatural going on? Out of the darkness, a figure emerged from behind the curtain. It was the familiar outline of a wrestler dressed in a hooded cloak. The fans held their breath, unsure of who this was. Roman stood tall in the center of the ring, watching intently. The figure slowly stepped into the light, revealing itself to be none other than the legendary Undertaker. His presence sent waves of shock through the audience. The Undertaker, long retired from active wrestling, had not been seen in WWE for years. But now here he was, standing alongside Roman Reigns, his eerie presence filling the arena. Roman Reigns smirked as he looked at the Undertaker, who simply nodded in acknowledgement. The two men, both embodiments of death and the supernatural in their own ways, stood side by side. "Roman Reigns," the Undertaker's deep voice echoed throughout the arena. "You've come to understand what it means to control the dead, what it means to carry the legacy of the darkness. Together, we are more than just men. We are forces that cannot be stopped. We are the ones who reign over life and death." The fans were speechless. The story that Roman had teased, the confirmation of a legacy that blended the supernatural with the wrestling world, had now become undeniable. The lines between reality and fiction had blurred, and the WWE universe was left reeling. With a final nod from Roman Reigns, the two legends stood together in the ring, a symbol of a new era, one that would forever alter the course of WWE history. The crowd erupted in a mixture of cheers and confusion, not knowing what they had just witnessed. But one thing was clear. The world of WWE had just entered a new, darker chapter. Roman Reigns was no longer just a champion. He was something more. And the truth was, the dead were alive in WWE. Conclusion: Roman Reigns' confirmation that he's dead now was more than just a storyline. It marked the beginning of a new era for WWE, one where the supernatural intertwined with the real world, and where Roman Reigns stood at the center of it all. With The Undertaker by his side, the Tribal Chief's dominance reached a new level, one that blurred the lines between myth and reality. The WWE Universe would never be the same. And as for Roman Reigns, his reign had become something eternal, a force beyond the mortal world, carrying with it the weight of a legacy that had been dead and buried until now. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.